Welcome to the tutorial on using multiplexers as Boolean function generators. Before we understand how to implement the Boolean expressions using the multiplexers, we need to understand that decoders were one of the convenient methods to implement the Boolean expression in the minterm canonical form because of all the minterms being available at the output terminals. And the output of the selected minterms were ORed, that is logical OR operation was performed in order to realize any function. But if you look at the logic diagram of a mux, it is observed that the OR gate is also inbuilt in the mux. Thus we can say that mux is an ideal way to implement the functions which are expressed as a sum of their minterms. So let me explain this with the help of an example. So here is a 2:1 mux and I have two inputs and a single select line. So with a single select line, I can have the select line to be either 0 or either 1. If the select line is 0, then I have an output y to be equal to d0, and if the select line is equal to 1, then I have an output y is equal to d1. So the sum of the minterm expression can be written as y is equal to s bar d0 plus sd1. And if you look at the logic diagram circuit, you can clearly see that for a 2:1 mux, the OR gate is already inbuilt. So we have the product terms and we have the sum term, and the OR gate is already inbuilt within the 2:1 mux. So in general, the OR gate is inbuilt within a mux. So with this concept in mind, let us try to implement various Boolean functions. So the first question says, implement the following function using 4:1 mux, and the function is given to be f of a comma b equal to summation 0 comma 3. So in this case, let me consider the variables mentioned in the function, that is a comma b, to be the select lines for the 4:1 mux. Then I can obtain the various combinations of the select lines, that is 4 combinations, to be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. When the combination is 0, 0, I obtain the function f to be equal to d0. For 0, 1, I obtain the function f to be d1. For 1, 0, I obtain the function f to be d2. And for 1, 1, I obtain the function f to be d3. Now because the question mentions the minterm 0, 3, that means it corresponds to the decimal notation 0 and 3. So for a decimal notation 0 and 3, I have d0 and d3 to be equal to logic 1, and the remaining will be equal to 0, 0. So I can draw the mux wherein d0 and d3 is equal to 1 and remaining input lines are zeros, and I can draw the block diagram with select lines and the function f output. So in a similar manner, let us implement the next function using an 8:1 mux, where the function is given to be f of a comma b comma c, that is equal to summation m 0, 4, 5 and 6. So here the function f has the variables a, b, c. So let us consider these a, b, c to be the select lines, and because the minterms are specified for 0, 4, 5 and 6, I am going to consider those input lines to be at logic 1. And you can see that those inputs are marked in green color. And the remaining input lines will be equal to 0. So that completes the numerical. So next problem we have to implement the function using a 4:1 marks, and they have mentioned the function a, b, c, and the minterms are specified as 0, 1, 2 and 7. Now if you look at this particular question, you know that 4:1 marks requires just 2 select lines. So let me consider the select lines to be A and B, and then implement the function. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to draw a truth table wherein I have AB to be the select line and C is another input combination and F is the output. So you know that for a decimal notation 0, 1, 2 and 7, which is highlighted in blue color, the output is supposed to be equal to, F is supposed to be equal to logic 1. For the remaining, it is supposed to be equal to logic 0. Now if you compare the output and if you look at the variable C, you can see that for a select line combination of 0, 0, irrespective of the value of C, output F is equal to 1. For a combination of 0, 1, the value of F is a complement of C. For a combination of 1, 0, irrespective of the type of the variable C, output is equal to 0, and for a combination of 1, 1, the output F is equal to C. So based on that, I can draw the simplified truth table as 0, 0 is equal to 1, 0, 1 is equal to C bar, 1, 0 is equal to 0 and 1, 1 is equal to C. And I can obtain the 4:1 marks wherein A and B are the select lines and D0 to D3 are the input lines, where D0 is connected to the VCC because it is logic 1 and D2 is connected to ground because it is logic 0 and D1 is connected to C bar and D3 is connected to C. The same numerical can be solved in another alternative method using the Karnaugh map. So here is an alternative method wherein I am going to consider the Karnaugh map and map the minterms. Now this Karnaugh map will have D0, D1, D3 and D2 on the top. So I can write this as a split of only this particular term D0, D1, because 1, 1 corresponds to D3, so I have written D3 here, and this is supposed to be equal to D2. So this is equal to 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. That means this D0 will be equal to 1, D1 will be equal to, if you look here, C is 0, 1 and this is 1, 0. So that is why it is mentioned as C bar. In D3 case, 0, 1 is equal to C, whereas D3 is also having 0, 1, that is why C is mentioned. And in the case of D2, irrespective of the variable C, output is equal to 0. So in short, I can write this as D0 to be equal to 1, D1 is equal to C bar, D2 is equal to 0 and D3 is equal to C. And the 4:1 marks will be represented in the same manner like the one which we have seen earlier. Now in similar terms, let us implement the next question which says we have to use a 4:1 marks for a function f of a, b, c equal to summation m 1, 4, 5, 7 using b and c as the address lines. So in this particular case, I prefer to use the Karnaugh map method because that is much simpler in comparison to the previous one. So what I'm going to do is, first since they have mentioned B and C to be the address lines, I'm going to consider the address lines and D0 to D3 to be the input lines, draw the Karnaugh map the minterms, and now I am going to consider D0, D1, D3 and D2. Wherever you don't have the minterms being mapped, I am considering it to be equal to 0 so that it is easy for me to represent. Now if you see here, D0 is nothing but same as that of A. D1 is equal to 1, that is irrespective of A, D1 is equal to 1. D3 is same as that of A and D2 is 0 irrespective that of the input A. In this particular case, it is very much useful because it's a 4:1 marks and you can have only 2 select lines. So that is why I can write the expression for D0, D1, D2 and D3 in this particular form and draw the marks by giving a logic 1 to VCC and D2 to be equal to 0 corresponding to the ground, B and C to be the select lines. So in general, for a 3 variable Karnaugh map, we have 2 select lines and 4 input data lines. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. And the Karnaugh map will be used wherein clearly you can see that D3 is this particular term and D2 is this particular term, and we will always consider the variable which is not a select line to be here and the other 2 variables which are considered to be the select lines to be here in the case of a 4:1 marks because you have 2 select lines, and we will always consider the block in this way. So that is why I have shown the arrow here. And the equivalent of this will be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So D3 is here. You should remember this. Do not get confused. So in similar lines, for a 4 variable Karnaugh map, we can have 2 possibilities. One possibility is you can have 2 select lines or you can have 3 select lines. When you have 2 select lines, what happens is you can consider D0 and consider the horizontal grouping. Okay, D1, D3 and D2. If you are considering these to be D0, D1, D3 and D2, then we will be having the vertical grouping. So it's left to you as to which one you consider. Okay, you can either consider horizontal grouping or you can consider vertical grouping. Fine. This is with regard to 2 select lines. When you have 3 select lines, what happens is you have to consider the grouping in this form. So I have 3 select lines which will range from 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. So in this case, when you consider the 3 select lines, we have 0, 0, 0. So you can see the way the grouping has been done. We have just grouped 2 terms. So D0 means it is 0, 0, 0. Okay. 0, 0, 0 because 0 is common here. Then for D1, 0, 0, 1 because 1 is common here. For D2, 0, 1, 0. For D3, 0, 1, 1. For D4, 1, 0, 0. D5, 1, 0, 1. D6, 1, 1, 0 and D7 is 1, 1, 1. So this way, if there are 3 select lines, we can use the 4 variable Karnaugh map and group in this particular manner. If there are 2 select lines, you can group in this manner, either horizontally or vertically, depending upon your choice of the variables. So with this understanding, let us solve more numericals. So we have a question which says we need to use an 8:1 marks, and the function is specified to be A, B, C, D, where 3 variables are used as the select lines. That is, A, B, C is used as the select lines. And the function is mentioned to be equal to 0, 1, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 and 15. So let me consider D0 to D7 to be the data lines. It's an 8:1 marks, and I have A, B, C, D. So here I am considering A, B and C to be the select line, and D is left as it is. So all the input data lines will be represented in terms of D. So you can see that I have highlighted as to how I am considering for the first case in green color for a combination of the select line 0, 0, 0, and I have also highlighted how I am considering the variables for the second case corresponding to D1 in using the yellow color. So finally, I can write D0 to be equal to 1 because both of the terms were minterms were grouped, and you can see that output is equal to 1. And for D1, you get this as 0. For D2, you get this as D. Whatever variable was D, that same variable was appearing here. For D3, it was 1. For D4, you only had a minterm here, and this was equal to D. For D5, it was D bar. For D6, it was 0, and for D7, it was equal to D. So based on that, I can draw the 8:1 marks in this particular form, where A, B, C are the select lines, and you have the data lines in terms of D. Next question, implement the function using 4:1 marks, and they have mentioned that A and B is the select line. So 4:1 marks, and you can have only 2 select lines, but the function is having 4 variables at the input side. So what I'm going to consider is D0 to D3 to be the input lines, and I'm considering A and B to be the select lines. Okay, A and B is the select line, and I have grouped it in this particular form, that is horizontally. Now you have to map the minterms. Okay, you need to map the minterms, and when you map the minterms, you will be able to identify which is the variable corresponding to the particular minterm. So I can write D0, that is this particular D0, to be equal to, you have 2 variables here, C and D. So you can see that I can group the minterms in this form, or I can group it in this form. So using this particular grouping, I get the variable to be equal to C, and using this particular grouping, I get the variable to be equal to D bar. So that is why D0 is equal to D bar plus C, whereas D1 is equal to only this particular minterm, that is C into D. D3 is equal to C into D bar, whereas D2 is equal to C. Using that, I require a NOT gate, AND gate and an OR gate at the input side, because there are 2 variables C and D, and then A and B becomes a select line, and we can obtain the marks in this particular way. Next question, implement the following function using 8:1 marks, where A, B, C are connected to the address lines, and A2, A1 and A0 respectively. Fine. So we have the Karnaugh map and we have D0 to be equal to D, D1 to be equal to D bar, D2 to be equal to 0, D3 to be equal to 1, D4 to be equal to D, D5 is D, D6 is D bar and D7 is equal to 1. Here ABC is considered to be equal to A2, A1 and A0 to be the select line. So you have A, B, C to be the select lines and D is the variable that is left out. So all these expressions have to be represented in terms of T. So for the first case, you can see that D0 is equal to 0 and 1, which is same as that of D. So that is why D0 is equal to D here. And in this case, you have 1, 0. So this becomes the complement. So it is D bar. In this case, there are no terms D2. So that is why it is 0. In this case, it is equal to 1. But as for D4, you can see that this term is equal to 0 and 1, which is equal to D. And for D5, it is 1, 0, again D. D6 is the reverse, so D bar. And for D7, this is equal to 1. So in this case, we will require one connection to the supply, one connection to the ground and a NOT gate to show the various connections to the various data lines. Next we have the question to implement the function using 4:1 mux and external gates if A and B, there is a space here, are connected to the address lines A1 and A0 respectively. Okay. So we have the Karnaugh map. Because there are 4 inputs, we have to consider A and B to be the select lines, which is A1 and A0. And in this particular case, a group of 4 has to be formed, and I have always considered the horizontal mapping. So I will obtain the expressions for D0, D1, D3, D2 in the form of C and D. So you will require XOR gate, OR gate and NOT gate in order to show the representation of the input data lines in terms of C and D. So the last question, which is an exercise, they have mentioned that we need to implement an SOP expression using 16:1 mux, 8:1 mux and 4:1 mux. SOP expression is given to you. So what we need to do here is, first we need to find out which are the minterms corresponding to this SOP expression. So what I'm going to do is, I will identify the 4 variables which are A, B, C, D, and then I am going to consider the remaining variables as don't care terms which are not present in the SOP expression. So you have AD, which is A corresponding to logic 1 and D corresponding to logic 1. BC bar is 1, 0, remaining are don't care terms. BD is equal to 1, 1, remaining are don't care terms. So for the don't care terms, I am going to consider the 2 variables to have 4 combinations of the input 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1 and assume or find out what are the minterms and what will be the total decimal notation. So I will obtain the various possibilities and from that I can obtain the shorthand decimal notation for the minterms. Once you know the shorthand decimal notations for the minterms, you can use the Karnaugh map if you want to obtain the mux 8:1 and 4:1. But for a 16:1 mux, you can directly use the minterms and the data lines and represent and solve the numerical.